So the referee and the using his discretion shut that heat down in order not to have Jim Benson get run over by one of these wild men coming down the, or women coming up the front chute into turn one. We're going to be on hold here for my guess around maybe 5 or 8 minutes while we get these broken down race boats towed off the race course. Now's your chance. Go get yourself something warm, hot to eat, and maybe a hot coffee with this little bit of a chill in the air. I'm putting my jacket back on. If you didn't buy a pit pass yesterday, go get yourself one today. But if you did buy your pit pass yesterday and you're back today, head on in there. You got a few minutes to check everything out before the next racing heat. And we're going to have to adjust the schedule a little bit until the 2.5 stocks can get refueled. I'll give you the heat order as soon as I get that, what will be up next. Right now I'm going to take just a little bit of a break. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Again, now's your time. Pick up a souvenir or something to eat. Slight delay till the next heat. I'll be back in a minute.
got to ascertain and find out. No, that's quite all right. Thank you very much.
All right, next up, 2.5 stock hydros. I believe we're going to run that heat all over again. Boats are all fueled up. The crew chiefs had some time to get that done. Pulling those broken down boats off the race course. Feel bad, Jim Benson got away from the beach and shut down right out in front of turn 1 here, and the wind blew him into the race course. 1 to the 4. 1 minute. The next class is on the race course. Again, 2.5 stock Ford Pinto, Ford Ranger pickups, 4-cylinder 2300 cc motors, stock little tiny 2-barrel carburetors. They only make about 140, maybe 150 horsepower. They're not very, very powerful, but the boat's set up properly. Absolutely capable of 110.535 miles per hour. 30 seconds till the 4. These kilo records, I tell you about, the top speed record, 110.535. That's done on a straightaway course. And give them quite a, probably about a half a mile to get them up to speed, and then they measure their over the measured kilometer how long it takes them. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. So there's the kilo event coming up in New Martinsville, West Virginia. These records, I'm telling you, might fall this winter. We'll see. Bobby King, Derek Anderson, first 3 out. And the little dog headed out on the race course. See if Jim Benson makes the call here. I'm being told he was not eligible to restart because he actually caused the stoppage of that last heat. Bad luck for Jim Benson. Sorry to see that, Jim. All right, we are 3 minutes and 5 seconds to the start. Down the front chute here, the catalyst, Bobby King. Inside of him. Derek Anderson following up behind him. Now they're going to start their strategies to get the lane they want. I'm interested to see some of the strategies. This turn 1 is so tight around that apex pin. Not really sure that lane 1 is the best lane here, so we'll see which lane the hot shoe drivers pick. To see Caroline Dowse coming down from Canada, bringing out that beautiful little dog. 2 minutes, 11 seconds to the start. Won't be long now before the strategy and the aggressive lane picking will start. 57 seconds to get around here to score up and take their lane. Saw Caroline Dowse pull a leapfrog. The other boats were just laying back, trying to scrub off some time coming up to the 1 minute. but she knew she had plenty of time to get 4 boat lengths over the rest of the field and drop right down into lane 1. Call the leapfrog, absolutely legal move. We are 30 seconds until the 1, and Caroline is not in the right place for a leapfrog this time. She's going to have to be hard on the throttle all the way around the race course to try and catch up to the field. Derek Anderson drops himself into lane 1 there. He's got 11 seconds to get up here to the start-finish line. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. All right, the lane they're in now is the lane they must maintain all the way around to the start. Caroline Douse crosses the infield. Lane 1, Derek Anderson. Lane 2, Jan LeComte. Lane 3, Bobby King. 35 seconds until the start. Caroline Doust has a little problem in turn 1. I missed it. I don't know what happened. She hooked it, so she was hard on the throttle trying to keep up with the field. Again, that turn is really tight. She probably jammed hard on the wheel to turn left and spun it out. If the rudder loses bite of the water, woo, away she goes. 10 seconds to the start. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. And there's a real good start for Bobby King on the outside. Again, the idea, cross that start-finish line, have a full head of steam, wide open. Woo, man, lane 2 really pinched down. It looks to me like Jan LeComte was able to handle it no problem. Derek Anderson had lane 1, but he's fallen off the pace and fallen back just a little bit. And it looks like it's going to turn out to a good race for the first position here. Jan LeComte on the inside, Bobby King on the outside. Jan LeComte closing up the gap just a little bit, coming right up on Bobby King's left hip. Into the front chute, into that headwind. And this wind is varying, so it's really tough for a driver to know what he's got to do, he or her, coming down the front chute into that wind. Derek Anderson holding on to 3rd, but we got a real race for first place. Jan LeComte on the inside, Bobby King on the outside. Bobby King's right on Jan's outside, catching up. What's going to happen here through the turn? Jan LeComte has a shorter way around. Bobby King on the outside, a little bit longer way around, but he's holding on tight to Jan LeComte. Woo, not giving him much room at all. We got a real race here for first place coming into the front chute. Caroline Douse messed up that start, hooked it way behind the field. She's going to be put down on lap if she doesn't get on it. Jan LeComte leads again down through the start-finish line. It's Bobby King right on his hip. Keeping a good prop bike coming out of turn 1. Opens it up to about 3 boat lengths. Real tight going into 1 or 2 here. Caroline Douse just got put down on lap by LeComte. I don't think she knew she was coming. Now she slides out and gives plenty of room for Bobby King to get through there. She got caught by surprise there. White flag is flying. Last lap. Jan LeComte, not so much pressure anymore by Bobby King. Falling back just a bit. Caroline Douse down a lap, not in 3rd position. 3rd position, Derek Anderson crossing the line now. White flag is flying, last lap. Bobby King giving Jan LeComte a lot of pressure in the first couple laps, but he's falling back off the pace at this point. He knows, though, he's going to qualify for the final, top 4 from each heat. Caroline Douse is only going to be required to do 2 laps, or 3 laps, I'm sorry. So on her lap, she's going to take the checker flag and go in. Jan LeComte finishing up as a front runner here. 2nd place going to Bobby King. Third place, Derek Anderson on the inside. Caroline Douse to be scored in 4th. She's going to get credit for it. In the interest of keeping these heats running, we're going to black flag everybody in. Eric Anderson knows he finished up and will come back in. Like to see these drivers head right back into the pits after finishing. We really want to discourage doing parade laps. We got a big program to get in here today. Jan Lecomte felt like he wanted to go around one more time. Good driving by Jan, smooth as silk. Lots of pressure from Bobby King, but Jan just stayed in the throttle. Silky smooth through the turns. Bobby King fell back just a bit when he realized he wasn't going to be able to get by him. He may have just backed out of the throttle to save the boat for the final. And Caroline Doust finishing up. Technically not doing a parade lap, but we were hoping that she would head back to the pits after the checker. Like to see all the boats head right back to the pits after the checker flag, please. Jan Lecomte had a penalty in the 1 minute period, changing lanes, so puts him a minute back. Puts Bobby King as our winner of that heat at this point, waiting for more calls if we got them. Hearing some infractions coming through. Still trying to figure out the penalties. Just that one penalty. So Jan Lecomte was charged with a 1 minute penalty for changing lanes in the 1 minute period. Just got the official on that pro stock heat. 997 was the winner. Duff Daly in the light speed after all those penalties. Quite a few in that heat, so congratulations. 7 winning that first qualifier. Had a real handful up here trying to figure out all the penalties with 5 boats jumping the gun, and we also had some lane problems, so quite some time to work it out. But congratulations to Duff and John Britton. Again, I hate to be a spoil sport, but we can't be on the seawall. Please, anyone, step back from the seawall. You don't have to go far, just 2 or 3 feet, but you cannot stand on top of the seawall, sit on it, and especially, please, do not have your legs over the side of the seawall. Please, everyone, pull back from the seawall. We're only asking for 1 or 2 feet. You don't have to come back 25 feet or anything. Just please do not stand on the seawall. Thank you very much. Next up, our big block hydroplanes, Grand National Hydroplanes. Lots of torque in these babies. GNH 55, Gee Whiz, owned by Jay Gignac. Owned by Jay, or driven by Jay this weekend, today, from what I'm told. GNH 43, Keen's let me try that one more time. GNH 43, Keen's Villain, Jim Martin. 4, 3, 2, 1, 1 to the 4, Grand National Hydroplane. GNH 777, the Cajun Queen. David Archibald, driver. Stephen Pat Rankin, the owner. GNH 515, One Way, Joe Creature, driver. Caddy Reese, the owner. Really, really glad to see 4 GNHs making a call here this weekend. Again, I'm an East Coast announcer. I'm from Region 3 and 4 down in New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland area, and we're really struggling to get the GNHs out there, so I'm real glad to see a full field. Again, in American Powerboat Association inboard racing, you must have 4 legal starters to get any points. So if only 3 boats show up, nobody gets points for the weekend. So real glad these guys brought, these men and lady, bring out the GNHs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. All right, we are in a 4-minute period for our first big block class. Well, actually, our second big block class of the day. Grand National Hydroplane. Now, these engines, unlike the pro stocks, are stock. Pretty much a stock engine. Balance work is allowed. Some stronger parts inside the motor, but basically in stock trim. Small 4-barrel front wheels. You got to be 21 years old to drive these boats. Up to 468 cubic inches of displacement. They're going down 2,200 pounds. They're capable of 155 miles an hour in the straightaway. The Keeler record. You're going to see every bit of 100 miles an hour on these boats toward the end of the straightaway here on this real short 7/8 mile course. World record for a 5-mile or 5-lap course of 1 mile is 104.52 average speed. So on a 1-mile course, you're going to see them hitting up close to about 120. And I would predict you're going to see 110, maybe close to 115 mile an hour bursts here today. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to the start. Jay Gignac on the outside, that beautiful black Gee Whiz. Can't see the boat on the inside from all the spread. That's the Cajun Queen, David Archibald on the inside. Jim Martin following up the field. We're 2 minutes and 18 seconds to the start. So we got 1 minute and 18 to come around here and pick their lanes and get set up. Again, these are big block powered hydroplanes, a lot of acceleration. Tough class on the engines. David Archibald, Jay Gignac. 53 seconds until they come around to score up. And these boats will lead up this course in less than a minute. They got plenty of time to get back around. Jim Martin. Joe Creature. 1 minute and 35 seconds. A couple boats crossing the infield here. Down, trolling for trout out there. I see him, he's got a fishing line over. 11 seconds to the score up now. He's in a right place. He can pick whatever lane he wants right now. Staying way out wide. I believe that's Jay Gignac. 2, 1, mark. And we are in the 1 minute period. So the lane they're in now is a lane they're going to stick to all the way around the race course to the start. 53 seconds. Jay Gignac at 4. 17 seconds to the start. Somebody's lagging way behind. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, look at Jay Gignac on the outside. Got a full head of steam. An illegal start there. Heading into turn 1. A lot of spray. Hard to tell who's where. Jay Gignac running down the outside. Puts her up in the lead. Beautiful. Gee whiz hydroplane. Jay Gignac, hometown Greenfield, New Hampshire. Beautiful machine. Staying wide to keep that momentum. Coming into the front chute. Jay Gignac comes across the start-finish line. Jim Martin on the inside in second place. David Archibald on the inside with Joe Creature around the outside for 4th and 5th. I think that was David Archibald. Lost the fight on the propeller, fell way behind. I heard him get on the throttle, and the boat didn't make much headway till the prop took a bite. It looks to me like Jay Gignac putting out some blue smoke. Uh-oh, he's looking like he's slowing down. On the inside, here comes Jim Martin. Jay Gignac, his engine's coming apart. Oh, man, I'm sorry to see that. Jim Martin coming into the lead. Jay Gignac showing a whole lot of speed. We saw a puff of blue smoke. Oil pressure probably dropped off, and Jay's headed back to the pits. David Archibald calling up the field at 3rd now. Real sorry to see Jay Gignac. Boy, was he flying. My goodness, that boat's fast. The blue and yellow flag is flying to let the drivers know that that's caution. We don't use a yellow flag here. Blue and yellow means caution. We got a race boat down on the race course, but Jay Gignac was able to get the boat far enough out. He's not in any seriously bad position. White flag is flying as Jim Martin takes his 3rd lap. Last lap. I don't know if Joe Creature can get it done. He's running out of time. 1 lap. Can he catch up? Hard to say. David Archibald, the Cajun Queen, coming through in 3rd place. Showing some speed, but didn't have the best of starts. So a hard time to reel in those other guys. Checker flag will be up soon. Checker flag is flying. Jim Martin coming up the front chute. GNH 43, Keensville, and Jim Martin. Heck of a job. Was putting a little pressure on Jay Gignac, but Jay's engine let go. Saw that smoke coming out of her. Joe Creature finishing up in 2nd, and GNH 515 one way. David Archibald finishing up 3rd position. GNH 777, the Cajun Queen. Black flag is flying. We want these drivers to head right back to the pits as soon as the race is finished up. I can tell you the adrenaline is pumping inside that cabin, and these guys want to do just one more lap. The wind is steadied, but it's a good wind out of the west, so we got no problem running here. Just enough ripple to get these boats loosened up. Jay Gignac showing a crazy speed until something let go inside his motor. Glad to see most of the big block boats finish. We had 4 legal starters, so now for the rest of the weekend, all we need is whatever boat goes out on that course is going to get his points. Yep, that's right. The referee just corrected me. Only for today's heats. So once we start today's program, I'm sorry, we're running yesterday's program right now, and 4 legal starters for the final. Those other 3 boats will get their points. But when we go into Sunday's program a little later this afternoon, starts all over again. So we'll need 4 boats for these fellas and ladies to get their points. Okay, chatter on the radio, see what happened with the calls. Still waiting for any calls on that heat. Trying to determine whether when David Archibald hooked the boat. Well, it sounds to me like it was clean. I don't hear any calls on that, so we'll give that one to Jim Martin. Second place will go to Joe Creetzer, and third to David Archibald. Unfortunately for Jake Gignac, DNF, he'll get 40 points for that heat.
See the expanded focus up there? Put that expanded focus button. Okay.
Unless something changes. Next up, 1.5 stock, 1 liter mod, combined qualifier. Our 1.5 stock boats are 4-cylinder Toyota, our beginner class. 4-cylinder Toyota boat, engine powered. Stock little tiny Corolla motors with little teeny weeny carburetors on them. Don't make a whole lot of horsepower. But if that boat is set up properly, it can show some serious speed. But I've got to tell you, these boats are light as a feather, and drivers are going to have their hands full in that headwind. Again, they only have to be 14 years old to drive these. They all run a 1,580cc 4-cylinder 4AC Toyota motor running on gasoline. 750-pound minimum with the driver, and they're capable of 94.774 miles an hour in a straightaway.
Pull my hand off.
1 liter mods, you have to be 16 years old to drive these boats. A lot of different engine combinations are usable in this class, but I believe everything that you'll see here today uses up to 1,160cc 2-stroke personal watercraft engines. And they absolutely scream the exhaust note coming off of these. Fortunately, these boats are 100 yards out, because if they were 50 feet out, you'd have to have earplugs. They are so loud, some of them. Capable of 107.343 miles an hour in straightaways.
He's the guy who blew it over.
80 mile an hour average on this course. So the 1 liter mods should have a considerable advantage over the 1.5s. But if you get a real smooth 1.5 driver that nails the start, I have seen them win in a combined heat. Besides the fact that the stock Toyota powered boats are a pretty reliable machine, and the highly modified 2-stroke powered machines are very, very finicky. So a 1.5 stock actually does have a chance to compete against a 1 liter mod, even though they're considerably faster.
Not very intelligent in the morning.
Well, they're pulling Jay Gignac off the race course here. We're going to have to be on hold for probably, I might guess, about 3 minutes. So I'll give a little lesson for anybody that isn't terribly familiar with 3-point hydroplanes, and I'm sorry if I'm redundant for the people that know what's going on here, but these are all 3-point hydroplanes. The weight of the boat is suspended by 3 points underneath the boat, about a 5 to 6 square inch patch of running surface on either side of the boat at the rear of what's called the sponson. 2 runners that run down the sides of the boats.
And then I turn on the buoy.
The third point is suspended, the whole rear end weight of the boat is suspended by the propeller. If everything's right and the boat is set up properly and the power is there, everything's correct, the propeller will lift the rear end of the boat completely out of the water. So going down the straightaways, you'll see that the boat will dance from side to side. That's air packing underneath of the boat to actually give it lift. Behind what we call the sponsons, those 2 runners, the air will bleed out from the left side and the right side as the boat is going down the straightaway, and you'll see it rocking back and forth, right to left. When these boats are real loose like that, and at top speed, the driver has to have a considerable amount of courage to stay in the throttle and control that forward wing, making sure that the boat stays on the water. When I say stays on the water, there's that ragged edge. You don't want it to be sticky. You want it to be loose and bounce tiptoeing across the top of the water. It's like balancing on the edge of a razor blade, because if you get a gust of wind when you have that boat trimmed perfectly, you better adjust that wing up forward and have real good control on your throttle foot, because they can get away from you and very easily do what's called a blowover toward the end of the straightaway and entering into the turns. Blowover is when the boat packs so much air under the bottom of it that it becomes airborne. Like the boat thinks that it's an airplane, that it literally will get a lot of lift, and sometimes they will blow over backwards, which is a pretty bad situation. But these drivers are all trained to extradite themselves out of the boat quickly. We have 3 rescue boats on the race course, all equipped with divers, scuba divers with scuba gear, ready for instant rescue, usually about a 20, maybe a 30-second response time. The diver will be underneath and help that driver get out. But I've been doing this a long time. I come up with my own statistics, but I would say 95 to 98% of the time, if the boat ends up upside down, these drivers will get themselves out of the boat before rescue even gets there. So they're highly trained drivers. Every other year, they're put into a simulated capsule and sunk down in a swimming pool. And they are trained by our rescue personnel how to get themselves out of the boat. It takes a special individual, again, a lot of courage to run these boats right on that balance point at full speed. And then if something happens and you have an impact, you're upside down. All of a sudden, you're in pitch darkness, total silence, in what feels like a cocoon. Panic is just not an option. You must remain calm. You pop your belt, release the steering wheel. When I want to say open the canopy, but you're actually pushing the canopy down, and you swim out from under the boat. So that's hydroplane racing 101. A little different for our pro stocks and our Jersey skiffs, but right now we're running hydro, so give you a little education on what's going on out here. As the towboat, our volunteer towboat, has all of the broken down race boats off of the course, and we should go racing here within a couple minutes. Again, coming up, 1.5 stock, 1 liter mod combination heat. Okay, if everyone makes the call, we have CT62, last street. Sebastian Lebeau, down from Canada. CT25, Miss Annabelle. Eric Dupron, down from Canada also. CT11, Timothy Special, Michael Tremblay. Really dominating the CT class up in Canada this year. See what he's got for the American boys. CT3, the Hydroid. Dave Kidd, Frederick Cordero. I believe Dave Kidd's going to be driving it this weekend. We got T1, Trophy Hunter, John Shaw, driving for Doug Agatha. T1 means that John Shaw put that boat in the National High Points winner position last year, so he gets that prestigious #1 plate on the side of the boat. We got some real good T-boats in this heat. Then we have the Y boats, the 1 liter mods, Y16, Liquid Fun. Kathleen Maurer, Jeff Maurer, the owner. Kathleen Maurer will be driving this Y16 Liquid Fun. Y44 Accelerant, Joe Sovey, Robert Sovey, the owner, Joe Sovey, the driver. Y4 Naughty Boy, Marty Hammersmith. We got some real good boats in this heat. Again, as I said, the 1 liter mods considerably faster, and they do accelerate considerably harder than a 1.5 stock. But you get a real good, smooth 1.5 stock driver, gets himself with strategy in the lane he or she wants. Gets a good full head of steam start, gets into turn 1 in the lead. He might give that 1 liter mod class a hard time. So much more speed out of the mods, but if you get a real good smooth T-boat driver out here, might give those mods a hard time. Problem for a 1.5 stock driver in this heat. 1 liter mods have some crazy top end speed and real hard acceleration. So smooth as silk and a good start is the answer for anybody in a 1.5 in this heat.
I want to walk.
Another little tidbit, the American Barrel Boat Association is 109 years old. The APBA has been running these races since 1903. So this is a rich history in inboard powerboat racing. I'm a second generation inboard guy. My father raced hydroplanes, the S-Class. It was called 136 from 1949 to 1959. Gave it up in 59 before I was born, but took me to all the races when I was a little kid, and here I am. If you're interested in inboard hydroplane racing, and you don't have a pit pass from yesterday, go over to the t-shirt stand far right of the race course here. There's a two-peaked white tent right at the edge of the pits. Get yourself a souvenir t-shirt there and pick up a $10 pit pass and go in there and talk to these owners and drivers. If you're interested in getting involved in this sport, you might be shocked at how little it costs to get involved in a 1.5 stock hydroplane. Not that expensive to get started. The only problem with inboard hydroplane racing is you better be ready to drive. And I don't mean drive the boat. These races are spread all over the East Coast, all over the West Coast, and through the Midwest, and up into Canada. So a lot of travel is involved in this sport if you want to follow the whole circuit. There's another problem with it. You get started, you may not ever be able to get out of it. It can be completely addicting. Now, I fielded a race boat from 2002 to 2009, and I tried to quit. I tried to get out of it. Somebody stuck a mic in my hand and said, "You're not getting out of it, son, you're here." I just hear the referee come to me. Started in 1973. Driving his own boat, driving for other people. As soon as he got out of the boat, his sons took over. John Shaw, coming up in this heat. We got the whole family involved. We have a daughter as a scorer, a wife as a scorer, and a referee. Got a son that's an inspector and a driver. Another son that drives for many different boats. The family, the Shaw family, been involved in inboard hydroplane racing for a long time. I want to thank those guys for coming out here. We need these driven, type personality individuals to make this happen. A lot goes on behind the scenes. While I'm at that, I want to thank everybody that volunteered to help us out here, from the towboat drivers to the EMTs, fire departments. I'm going to run down the list here. We want to thank our sponsors real quick. I'm going to turn the mic over to my wife, Barbara. I want to publicly thank Barbara. She helps me keep everything straight here so I can call these races good. She's going to go through the sponsors for me. Barbara?
Hi, thank you, Mitch. We want to thank the Ellen Memorial Health Center. They're a family-owned and operated skilled nursing facility, and they focus on individualized care, and they're dedicated to maintaining a home-like, tranquil atmosphere for their patients and residents. Their facility is located in a country landscape just outside Homestead, PA, and once again, that's the Ellen Memorial Healthcare Center. Also want to thank Zotos International in Geneva, New York. They're a professional beauty industry leader that manufactures and markets a full range of hair care, texture service, and hair color options for today's salons and salon professionals. Zotos was nice enough to provide shampoo and conditioner for all of our racers. This was the premium Joico product sold exclusively. These products are made right here in Geneva, where you see their tail windmills towering over the trees. So if you wondered about those windmills, that's what it's all about. We want to thank the Real Fence Incorporated, also out of Geneva, New York. They're a business that deals in fence contracting industry. Real Fence Company is located in Geneva on 57 William Street. And they provided the tall chain link fence for the pits, and they have an inventory of portable fencing for lease to satisfy your temporary or permanent fencing needs, and we want to thank them for providing the fence to us. Elderly Lee Incorporated from Oak Corners, New York. They're a diversified corporation specializing in the manufacturing and construction of highway safety products, and we all want to be safe out on the highway, so they started back in 1946. Elderly's a fourth-generation, privately owned company with facilities serving the U.S. East Coast. Their two manufacturing operations are centrally located in upstate New York and consist of steel fabrication, hot dip galvanizing services, and sign manufacturing capabilities for both the highway and commercial markets. The construction division specializes in the installation of highway guardrail, bridge rail, pedestrian rail, impact attenuators, traffic signs, and overhead sign structures. We want to thank the Hotel Exchange. Hotel Exchange is a family-owned and operated bar and restaurant that graciously provided our staff and race teams with a pasta meal and guaranteed best meatballs Friday night. Now, I'm really picky about my meatballs, and they were really good meatballs, and they have really good sauce. Tasted just like homemade to me. You'll want to check out the HydroBowl t-shirt that most of the teams that were there, we all got to sign and leave as a reminder of our visit. So if you do go into the Hotel Exchange, be sure to check that out. We want to thank Casella Recycling in Geneva, New York. Casella provided the HydroBowl with the dumpsters and the large trash and recycle totes, and there's plenty of them along the shoreline. So you want to make sure that you put all your trash in the receptacles, all the recycling in the recycling receptacles, and keep the place cleaner than when you found it. Thank you. We also want to thank Supergen Products. Supergen provided us with our generators this weekend, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be talking to you over this loud systems setup. It's all powered by their generators. They're also a local distributor of Champion products. We want to thank the Lions National Bank in Geneva. It's a hometown bank. Take a look at their free rewards, saving, and checking. They offer personal, business banking, and also financial services, and they're right here in Geneva. Seneca Mills Landfill in Waterloo, New York. Our light towers were donated by Seneca Mills Incorporated. They're a waste management and recycling facility dedicated to the preservation and advancement of the environment. Since 1983, they've earned the support of national environmental organizations for their involvement in many environmental initiatives. One
to the 4. 1 minute till the 4-minute period begins. Let me give the mic back to my wife here for a second. 1 to the 5 right now, guys. 1 to the 5.
1 to the 4. Sorry, Mitch, you got that wrong. We're so used to 1 to the 5. We also want to thank Smith Center for the Arts in the historic Smith Opera House. They're in Geneva. The Smith Opera House provided the best possible way to view the movie Madison. I've seen Madison about 5 times. It's one of the few movies about boat racing. If you haven't seen it, I would say rent it. You can. The only silver screen in the eastern U.S. with world-renowned acoustics provided a memorable show, and that's Smith Opera House.
Thank you, Barbara. Coming up on that 4-minute period. I want to thank their sponsors. Can't do it without them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. Okay, 4-minute period has begun. Again, 1.5 stock hydros combined with 1 liter mods. Minutes, 15 seconds to the start. I'm being told that there may be a couple scratches.
shoulders on.
Okay, we're going to try and ID the boats. Now I got a glare right in front of me in start-finish line, so all the scorers and me are going to have a time. First boat through here is Michael Tremblay, Timothy Special. Got John Shaw on the outside. On the inside, looks like that might have been Liquid Fun, Y16. The Hydroid, Dave Kidd driving for Frederic Clarier. Sebastian Leboeuf missing his cowl on the back of the boat. Looks like CT25, Miss Annabelle, Eric Dupron. 152 to the start.
Did he get it fixed up? Yeah.
One minute 36 to the start, so they got I believe they were going at 1:15 for the score up on this class. Got some trouble making skiff drivers up here sniffing around the start-finish line. Those skiff drivers are chomping at the bit. Didn't get to go out and beat up on their stuff yesterday. 1:15 period has begun right now. Dave Kidd coming across. Not so sure John Shaw was in the right place there. He might have jumped a 1 minute ago. Michael Tremblay coming around. Eric Dupron right on his inside.
Did they allow you to cut it?
46 seconds until the start.
Today?
Got a couple boats from the far left over here slowing way down. We need to scrub off 33 seconds until the start. $19 seconds till start. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. It looks to me like Dave Kidd might have got himself close to a perfect start there on the outside in the Hydroid. And the inside, John Shaw just a little bit behind. Not sure if there's going to be any penalties because we had some boats that did not score up properly. John Shaw leading the field. Dave Kidd not far behind him on the outside. Here comes Michael Tremblay, been really running fast this year. But inside of him looks to me like Eric Dupron, but I'm not exactly sure. Again, all these boats out on the race course hitting now. I don't see any of the wide boats. I don't hear any of them. Most of these boats have the Toyota 4-cylinder in them. Right around close to 100 horsepower, but these boats don't have big power. Their setup is everything. Michael Tremblay on the move, trying to run John Shaw down. Looks like he's got about 3 or 4 miles an hour on him, closing the gap. Michael Tremblay running hard. John Shaw on the inside, Michael Tremblay on the outside. Two radically different design hulls. Michael Tremblay really dominating up in Canada this season. Staying outside, John Shaw holding on tight to lane 1, but Michael Tremblay really on the move, closing it up. 2 boat lengths, 1 boat length, right on his hip, sponson to sponson. Michael Tremblay pulls into the lead. John Shaw on the inside. Okay, that third place boat is a Y boat, Y16 Liquid Fun with Kathleen Maurer driving. Dave Kidd trying to run her down. Michael Tremblay opening up his lead by about 6 boat lengths over John Shaw. Kathleen Maurer trying to run both of them down. Now I hear that exhaust note. Kathleen Maurer running a two-stroke personal watercraft engine. But like I said before, a good T-boat, a smooth driver can handle a good wide boat if the driving is right. But look at that wide boat coming on hard. Kathleen Maurer trying to catch the leaders, pulling up behind alongside of John Shaw. I wouldn't say pulling up alongside, more like blowing right by him down the back chute. Kathleen Maurer trying to get that wide boat in the lead. Field is bunched up. Couple boats going to go a lap down here. Down the front chute. Michael Tremblay holding on to the lead. Crosses over the wake of a trailing boat. Michael Tremblay still in the lead. White flag is up, but he's getting some pressure on the outside from Kathleen Maurer. Let's see what happens through turn one here. Picking their way through the lappers. John Shaw goes wide to stay out of the way of any of the lap boats that might not know he's coming. Down the back chute, Michael Tremblay. But we got some real acceleration showing from Kathleen Maurer's wide boat. Coming down hard down the back chute. Can she catch him? Michael Tremblay on the inside. Kathleen Maurer on the outside. Like I said, a T-boat's going to have a hard time in the wide boat, but nice smooth driving by Michael Tremblay. White flag is flying. Checker flag is up. Last lap, Michael Tremblay. Can he hold off Kathleen Maurer, who's coming hard around the outside? We got a drag race down the front chute. Personal watercraft power versus a Toyota Corolla. Down the front chute, Michael Tremblay holding on to the lead. Kathleen Maurer making a run for it. Can she get it done? Michael Tremblay holds off that fast wide boat and that beautiful little T-boat, the Timothy Special. Whew, boy, that was some interesting racing there. John Shaw coming up behind for a third place finish in the T-boat. T1 trophy hunter. But Claire just holds me back from IDing the other boats. I'm really struggling to see who that red boat is, but it looks to me like it might be Sebastian Leboeuf in third place. Then again, he might be a lapper. I believe maybe third place is going to the Hydroid right in front of us, Dave Kidd. We got some problems. Some of the boats that came around for the start, they did not cross the 1 minute line and score up, so there may be incurring a penalty. That was an exciting finish there. Michael Tremblay did a heck of a job holding off that 1 liter mod, trying to run him down. As you see, the speed difference is considerable, but a well set up T-boat with a smooth, silky driver that gets the lane he wants can give a wide boat a hard time, and that's exactly how it played out here. But we're going to see if there's any calls. A lot of chatter on the radio here. Give me a minute. Again, we got those troublemaking hoodlums, the Jersey Speed Skiff drivers, Jimmy Stewart and Pat Dender. They need to come up here. I gotta talk to you guys. Jersey Speed Skiff action coming up in our second half of our Saturday heats. We got Jimmy Stewart, driver of the JS1 Summer Storm. Jimmy, you ready to go out here? It looks like it might get a little lumpy for you guys, but I think you can handle it. Are you ready?
Definitely ready, definitely ready. Put us out.
We're working on it. We're going to get you guys out there. What do you think, Pat? You got something for the one today?
Yeah, I think I do. I got the pacifier.
The pacifier is going to pacify the summer storm. But I don't know. You all better watch out because the Outlaws are here, and so is Pat Raduni. You guys got your hands full. We got some real world-class Jersey Speed Skiffs here. Jimmy Stewart, your riding mechanic is pretty close to you. Who's your ride mechanic again?
And my crazy older sister, if you can believe that. She's nuts enough to get in one of those crazy boats with me and has for over 10 years now.
Heck of a team, I'll tell you what. You moved out of your own boat into Trevor Kirsch's Summer Storm, and last season worked hard, had a lot of luck, and did some really amazing driving. Set up on the boat was amazing. You got yourself the National High Points win, so I want to publicly congratulate you up here in upstate New York for your National High Points.
Thank you, Mitch. It's been a long, hard travel going through my own boat, but I'm really proud of my daughter now, who's taken over the old 721, and she put a hurting on some Class X in a class a couple weeks ago down at your home race at Mays Landing.
What a race that was. I lost my voice by the end of that heat because when your daughter Courtney got past you and then you were unable to get back around her, it gave me some real good announcing stuff. Pat, I believe, were you in that heat? Did you see that unfold?
I don't know if I was in that heat. I might have been too far back. She was running really good that day, and maybe she'll bring it back out today. We'll see.
I hope so. Well, I'm a big Courtney Stewart fan. Now we got a three-way points race here, and throw three teams here. The Outlaw team out of North Carolina, they're here. They're in the lead right now, national high points, and I believe second place. You're holding on to that right now, or is that you? Which one? We got three boats in the national high points race here, and I'm being told right now, Pat Dender and Jamie Attardi's beautiful pacifier in second place in points. So what's your strategy for today, Pat?
Just try to kick some butt.
Absolutely, but you know what the number one thing is.
Finish.
Finish. So, yeah, if you go out there and start these heats and you do not finish, you're only going to get 40 points. So, very important to be aggressive, but not too aggressive. Don't break these boats. But I know that you guys are going to put on a heck of a show, and I really appreciate you coming up here. Once again, Jimmy Stewart from the JS100 Summer Storm, JS1 this year, and Patrick Dender from the JS40, the pacifier. Patrick, who's riding with you this weekend?
I got Chris Thompson riding, but don't tell his wife.
Yeah, Mrs. Thompson might not be real thrilled with him getting into one of these 340 horsepower rowboats and bouncing and skipping down the straightaway. So give us a show, guys. You're coming up soon. You better get down there and get your boats prepped out. Jersey Speed Skiff action coming up soon. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you coming up here. Next up, Pro Stock Final. Had a crazy qualifying heat earlier today. 10 boats on the race course. Did my best to call it properly, but man, oh man, was I struggling to ID 10 Pro Stock runabouts on the race course all at once with that glare in my face. Again, Pro Stock runabouts, 16 years old at least to drive these hulls. These boats are 16 feet long, 1,800 pounds, pretty much stock. Oh God, I got the wrong sheet here. I was talking super stock, they're pretty much stock. Pro Stock. There's not a whole lot stock in a Pro Stock. Any American-made V8 up to 500 cubic inches. Any carburetor or fuel injection system as long as it's not electronic. Not allowed to have the computer-controlled electronic systems on any of these boats. We're sticking with the old mechanical. 1 to the 4 Pro Stock Final for our Saturday program. The Pro Stocks will be out a little later. As long as the weather holds up, we're going to run Sunday's program entirely after a little bit of a break. Back to the Pro Stock stats. These boats can run racing gasoline, pump gasoline, or methanol. 1,800 pounds, 137.586 mile per hour kilo record. A lot of torque, 6, maybe 700 horsepower. 30 seconds to the 4. A lot of finesse needed to handle these boats. Not quite as much as the K-Racing runabouts, that'll be later, but with 600 horsepower and the amount of torque these boats put out, these drivers must be silky smooth on the throttle pedal. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. All right, 4 minutes for the drivers to get out on the race course. Stretch their legs, get them warmed up. They all made their timing runs. They know how long it's going to take them to get into the start-finish line. So you might see a couple of them do a timing run, but you may not too. A lot of boats on the race course. Some serious strategy going to get in their lanes. Daly's out. Dale Hernandez Jr.'s out. Paul Fitzgerald coming out. Jimmy Klaus and Robert Comrie. Robert Comrie drives for Jimmy Klaus. Has 3 boats entered here this weekend. 2 Pro Stocks and a K-Racing runabout. stock a little earlier. Pretty cool setup they got. They run the pro stock on a trailer on the bottom, double decker stack with 2.5 stock hydroplane on top of that. Again, get yourself a $10 pit pass and go in there, especially at the end of the day. Watch these teams pack up and get ready to go back on the road. Daly hard on the throttle doing his timing run. He needs to know exactly how long it's going to take. Till the start. Minute and 40 to the start. We're back to the 1 minute score up here. Only the slower classes will have it at 1 minute 15 seconds when the score up to the start. 30 seconds till they come up around here to score up, pick their lane. Some of these guys will prefer to stay way out wide, as you see Paul Fitzgerald do so. Outside line may be considerably faster. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. And we have 60 seconds. Going off and see Duff Daly out in lane 5. John Braden's leg speed. See just about all these boats are open cockpit boats except for Duff Daly in the leg speed. He's in a 5-point harness restrained. 28 seconds till the start. These boats accelerate. They probably only need about maybe 8-9 seconds out of that turn to get down here for the start. We're still at 19 seconds. So you hear them all come out of the throttle trying to scrub some time off. Again, they want to hit that start-finish line wide open as fast as they possibly can, right as that clock hits 0. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. And that's a clean start. Stops charging into turn 1, beat up water. Duff Daly on the move on the outside. Now he's kind of sandwiched in between the two leaders, having a hard time in that sun glare, IDing who's in what boat. Duff Daly loses power considerably, and he's down on the entrance to turn 2 there. Blue and yellow flag out to let the other drivers know there's someone down on the race course. Very, very rare you see Duff Daly not finishing. Dale Hernandez Jr. gets squirrely, but flicks it up. Paul Fitzgerald getting into second place. Derek Anderson holding on to 4th. Following up the field, losing power, turning into the infield. Now we got 2 boats down on the race course. What a move by Paul Fitzgerald, going to the inside. Takes Dale Hernandez Jr. right by surprise on the inside. Dale Hernandez Jr. hard on the throttle, gets his lead back. Dale is a fearless pro stop driver. Hardcore into turn 1. Going around that pendulum, scrubbing off a whole lot of speed. Watch him get hard into the throttle, coming out of the turn. Paul Fitzgerald has that boat dialed in this weekend, and Dale Hernandez Jr. giving him some pressure, but I don't know if he's got enough. Duff Daly, I don't know if he's still in the racing lines. Looks like he may have drifted out into lane 6 or 7. He's still in a really bad position there, but they all know he's there now. Really dangerous on the first lap when they come around and there's a boat down. Paul Fitzgerald really on the throttle. Dale Hernandez Jr. doing the best he can to try to catch him. White flag is up. This is the last lap. Dominic Cordier coming through in the 122. Blue Thunder. Follow him up. Jimmy Klaus. Last lap. Checker flag will be flying this time around. Last one through. Derek Anderson trying to hang on to the leaders. And a checker flag flies. 24, the Intimidator, Paul Fitzgerald. Second place, Dale Hernandez Jr. in the Widowmaker. Mike Smith's boat. Beautiful machine. Dominic Cordier finishing up in the Blue Thunder. J&J Marine, Jimmy Klaus. Derek Anderson in the Illusion, finish it up. Paul Fitzgerald finishing again. Yeah, we got two boats down on the race course, so we're going to have to hook up to them. Going to be in a little tiny bit of a delay to get these broken race boats off the race course, so here's another chance to go back there. A little chilly. I know it's nice in the wind. I'm in the shade, but it's a little chilly. There's some hot coffee, some hot cocoa, and delicious hot food along the vendors. Saw sunglasses and really cool knit caps, all different kinds of animals. Got one of the scorers up here with a pink piglet hat on. She's so cute. Got to get one of those for your kids. Check out all the vendor stands while you're on your way down there. If you're not into a hot beverage, pick yourself up a cold beer. T-shirts available in two different locations. Seneca HydroBowl. T-shirts not far from the announcers and starting stand here. Interesting slogan on there. You got to get over and check them out. No penalties, clean heat. Paul Fitzgerald's the winner. Dale Hernandez Jr. in second place. I believe Dominic Cornier in third. Not that often you see Duff Daly lose power. Immaculately prepared boat. John Britton's light speed, very rarely DNF'd. Next up, 2.5 stock final for our Saturday program. Coming up soon, I get the roster for the 2.5 stock final. Top 4 boats from each qualifying heat transferring into the final. Pretty good conditions here. It's no white cap, so the bigger hydroplanes love this conditions. Little hydroplanes got their hands full coming up the front chute, especially entering into turn 1 here. You look real close when they come down the end of the straightaway. They start feeding in the left steering wheel. Boat will take a set into the turn and lift the left sponson up high. Only thing in the water at that point is the turn skeg on the left side. Every once in a while they get a puff of wind there when that boat is up on its right side. It can really take flight coming into the turn. take a couple seconds here to thank the Seneca County Sheriff's Office Navigation and Dive Team for providing a staffed rescue boat with certified scuba divers and medics on board. I want to thank the Border City Fire Department and Dives Team also doing the same for us, supplying a very advanced rescue boat with a certified, ready-to-go rescue divers and EMTs. Thank the Canadian Boating Federation rescue team for coming out too. So we have 3 rescue boats on this race course, 1 on the inside and 2 on the outside of the race course on the back chute. So we have real quick response time if we have any kind of problems here. Thank the New York State Park Police for helping us out to keep everything in order here. So I want to thank the Yates County Sheriff's Office, Cayuga County Sheriff's Office, and the Ontario County Sheriff's Office for providing security for us here this weekend. I want to thank the North Seneca Ambulance Squad for providing our EMT and ambulance service on land here should we have any problems on the race course and end up with injuries. The 3 rescue boat teams that I mentioned earlier will bring the driver in, transfer him over. At that point, the North Seneca Ambulance Squad will take over and make sure that our drivers are well taken care of. Got through yesterday without any serious incidents, and we're hoping for that today. Again, these drivers are all trained. Every other year, they're mandated to take capsule training courses. Put into a simulated capsule that is just about identical to what's mounted inside these boats. They're strapped in tight, put in the water and turned upside down. And you have to show these rescue officials that you're not going to panic, that you know what you got to do. There's a definite procedure to it. The first thing you do, reach down and release your lap belt. Second thing you do, unhook the steering wheel. All the steering wheels or yokes on these boats are removable. A little clip and the steering wheel comes off so it doesn't impede your progress out of the boat. Third thing you do is pop the lid of the capsule. Swim down before you can swim over to the side and up. But again, these drivers are all trained every other year. Some drivers, if they're really smart, go ahead and take capsule training every year. Help keep themselves familiarized with what it's like to be upside down, blinded, with water in your face. Now, quite a few of these boats have supplied air systems for their drivers, so if they do get upside down, they have a scuba tank mounted inside the boat. It should have about 20 minutes of air. But a lot of these classes, that is not mandatory, and some of them do not have supplied air, so they rely on their quick wits and lack of panic to get out of the boat. If they have an injury or get snagged up in the belts, rescue's right there. That diver will be underneath that boat most of the time with a 20, possibly 30-second response time. Again, these divers train along with the drivers in these swimming pools so that they know what they need to do to extradite a driver out of the boat. Ooh, boy, I'm looking down at my board here, and we have the roster for the S boat final, at 2.5 stock final. 10 boats. The top 5 from each qualifier transferring into the final. We have a big race course here, so we can get 10 boats on the race course. S78, Bad Influence, Doug Rapp driving for Mike Rindell. Won his qualifier. Running real good this season. The S9, Rewinder, Mike Monahan, driving for Greg Barker. Grand Island, not far down the road. S111, or S711, one more time, Alan Bush. S146, Little Electron, Joe Longo. S79, Crazy Chief, Doug Havel. S80 on the edge, Howie Schneebalk. S242, the Catalyst, Bobby King. S77, a hard left turn, Derek Anderson. CS9, Caroline Doust and the Little Dog. CS28, Jan LeCompte, Marv Hart's Recuperation. We got a real good field here, some world-class 2.5 stocks. Some of these boats have been dominating in their circuits. Looking down the list, man, these are some really good 2.5 stocks. We should have a heck of a race here coming up. Again, 2.5 stock final. 4-cylinder Ford Pinto motors. A lot of these people that follow the circuit a lot have heard me say this before, but few spectators never heard me say this. My sister had a Pinto. Probably like a 1974 Pinto station wagon, and I used to borrow it when I first got my license. Much as I tried downhill with a tailwind, that car would not go 100 miles an hour. So it floors me that they can get these boats to run considerably over 100 miles an hour with that engine, basically in stock form. Again, you only need to be 16 years old to drive these boats. 975 pounds with the driver, 975 pounds minimum total weight. The boat is set up properly. That's a pretty light boat, making about 140 horsepower. World record top end, 110.535 in the kilo. With this headwind, boy, these 2.5 stock drivers have their hands full. And we've gone from ripple that we like to a little bit lumpy. Wind is picking up, but fortunately for us, it's staying out of the west. Friday and Saturday, that wind was blowing out of the south, and boy, do we have our hands full. And that wind gets to whipping this lake out all the way across from the far side. Makes it nearly impossible to run these hydroplanes. Well, impossible might not be the word. It's possible, it's just not safe. I'm looking off to the left side here of the race course. It looks like we might be having some white caps starting to develop in turn 2. So it's getting a little bit lumpy for our smaller hydroplanes, but we're going to run it as long as the wind doesn't increase anymore. Towboats and the rescue personnel to get back in the right place on the race course. See that cruiser boat right in the middle on the infield, turn 1 there. A seasoned APBA, either a driver, riding mechanic, and a skipper, or possibly an old driver from back in the past out there, strictly volunteer. They're the eyes and ears of the referee in the turns. I want to thank the volunteers for bringing those 2 turn boats out. Down on the far left hand, then turn 2, it's a little pontoon boat. That's our turn judge boat down there. Again, thank everybody for coming out here to the tow boats, the rescue boats, and the turn judge boats. Crew chiefs are starting to pack up here on the bank left of the judges stand, getting ready for that 2.5 final. Quite a few of these boats have full radio systems in them so that the crew chief can allow the driver to know exactly what's going on around them. Okay, we're going to run this S final, and next final will be that combined 1.5 and 1 liter mod. And we're going to take a short break so that we can get our rescue and volunteer personnel out on the race course, some lunch, and get in here and 1 to the 4. 1 minute till the 4-minute period begins. 2.5 stock final. 10 good boats.
That turn down there is real lumpy.
Again,
So,
Doug Rapp,
keep that in mind when you're doing your timing right.
Mike Monahan, Alan Bush, Joe Longo, Doug Havel, Howie Schneebach, Bobby King, Derek Anderson, Caroline Doustin, Jan Lecomte, getting ready to duke it out. Considerable white caps over there in turn 2.
I want to hear it. We know
20
it's nasty
seconds.
out there. If it's really bad, I want to hear it, and we're going to flag it. All right? I don't want anybody hurt, but I'm counting on you. Let them know if it's really bad. And I only need it from one person.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. All right. As I said, there was some concern about the condition of the race course, especially entering into turn, like toward the end of the back chute, entering into turn 2. Real lumpy out there. Also have to score up at the 1 minute time mark. 1 minute before the race, they got to get their lanes. They must cross the start finish line after the 1 minute gun goes off. Well, we call it the gun. I'm an old timer. No gun here, but when the 1 minute period begins, they have to take their lane. They must cross the start finish line. At that point, it'll be 1 minute till the start. Crossing into the infield. Joe Longo following suit. 1 minute and 40 seconds till they score up here, take their lane. Alan Bush coming through that white one more time. Caroline Doust. Boat looks real loose and light. A little dog. 1 minute and 20 seconds till they score up. Coming through crazy cheap. Bobby King coming by. They have 1 full minute. 60 seconds to the 1 minute. Doug Rapp jumps into lane 1 there. Caroline Doust coming around again. Seconds and they're trolling for trout. A lot of time to burn up. Now, if these boats have water pumps in them, it's not such a big deal, but a lot of these boats do not have any kind of water pump to circulate water through the engine to cool it. Force-fed cooling system, kind of tough to control. You got to have that high-speed momentum to push water through the motor. So if they do not have a water pump, their engines are getting pretty hot right now. We're 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. And that's the lane they got. That's the lane they got to stay in all the way around the race course until the start. Lane 1, Doug Rapp. Lane 2, Mike Monahan. 46 seconds till the start. I'm having a struggling guy who's in one lane on there, all spread out like that. 30 seconds to the start. See the crew chiefs talking in the ear of the drivers, letting them know where the clock is, letting them know where the competition is. We're 16 seconds to the start. I can hear the crew chief yelling, go, go, go. Somebody lost their lane. Looks like Doug Rapp got washed down and lost his lane. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. And that is just about a perfect start for Bob King and the Catalyst. taking the lead into the turn one. Mike Monahan on the inside of him. Joe Longo coming up from behind. John LeCompte behind him. Doug Rapp having a serious problem coming out of turn two for the start. Way back. Ted Terrell and the Crazy Chief. Caroline Dowse following up the field. Down at the far end, coming into turn two. Looks to me like Mike Monahan on the inside. Bobby King outside of him. You can see the wing is in a full down position on Mike Monahan's rewinder. Got a big headwind. He's got to keep that boat down on the water. Howie Schneebach in second. Woo, man, spilling some air out of the bottom of that beautiful catalyst. Bobby King really running her loose. Not far behind him, Jan LeCompte hugging tight to the pin. Howie Schneebach, S80 on the edge, in second place. See if he can run down Mike Monahan. Mike Monahan having that wing in the full down position to keep the boat from blowing over. Doug Havel coming through, 78. Doug Rapp coming through. Looks like he might be pulling into the pits. Really struggling at that start. Caroline Dowse coming across the start-finish line. Field's all bunched up down at turn two. We have lap traffic down there? I'm not sure. All bunched up. Mike Monahan, though, holds the lead. Look at the front of that boat. You can see that canard wing in the full down position. Second place on the inside, but I'm not so sure. On the outside, Howie Schneebach. Schneebach and Jimmy King going at it hard for his second position. Joe Longo. Eric Anderson following up behind him. Alan Bush coming through. Coming out of the turn, headed into the front chute. The front runners are bearing down on her. Mike Monahan goes way wide and then closes down back into lane one. Absolutely legal move as he has plenty of room to do it. But who's sneaking up on the outside? Last lap, putting some pressure. Bobby King inside of him. Outside of him. Howie Schneebach, but I can't tell exactly who's on the inside. He can't get a little pressure from third. Mike Monahan just about ready to put Caroline Dowse down a lap. He's going to catch her before he gets there. Joe Longo gets by Derek Anderson. Alan Bush coming through. We got a real race for first place up here. Mike Monahan in lap traffic, hugging the pins tight. Got some pressure coming up from behind, but the white flag is flying. Can anybody get it done? Doug Havel, he knows they're coming. The front runners are bearing down on him. Mike Monahan. Greg Parker's S9 rewinder. Bobby King, second place. Man, I got messed up there. I'm not exactly sure of the finishing order. They're all bunched up, and the glare really makes it tough for me to ID the boats. But wow, what an interesting 2.5 final. Alan Bush. Joe Longo finishing up. Wild 2.5 stock, 10 boats. Lap traffic toward the end of a 4-lap race.
Huh? Oh, no, I'm all set. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Looks to me like Derek Anderson's got his canopy up. Still got the motor running though. Real strong showing from the 2.5 stock class. Whole lot of 2.5 stockers north of the border coming down from Canada. A lot of chatter on the radio. Maybe some penalty calls here. Holding on to see what's going on. Still trying to figure out the calls on that. I'm not so sure. Not a lot of fun for the officials with a 10-boat final. Trying to figure out whether the some of the lane changing issues were due to the weather, due to aggressive driving. So we'll be back in a minute here with the final decisions. Tell you what, announcing a 10-boat final with a glare like this is tough on the announcer, but I would not want the referee's job right now. Okay, the 28 boat, Jan Lecomte, with the before the start, did a chopping. So he gets a 1-minute penalty, but that doesn't affect the leader. So let's see if there's anything else. Receives the 1-minute penalty for crossing the infield and returning onto the race course in an illegal position. Both of these calls not affecting Mike Monahan with his win so far. Still going back and forth, trying to figure out any penalties on this ESPO qualifier. Or ESPO final, I'm sorry. Okay, it's looking pretty official. S9, Greg Barker's rewinder, Mike Monahan taking the win. Okay, we're going to take a break right now. Our rescue personnel and all volunteers on the race course need to come in and take just a little bit of a break. So at this point, here's your chance. Get something hot or cold to drink. Some nice hot food up there available. So like I said, we're a little bit of a break here, probably 20 minutes, maybe close to half an hour, so that we can get all of our rescue personnel fed and relieved, and they'll head back out on the race course in about a half an hour. So hit the vendors, check it out. Get yourself a pit pass. If you bought one yesterday, you can get right in on that pit pass today. If not, pick up a pit pass at the entrance to the pit, at the far right. Far right of the lake as we look out front here, there's a twin peaked white tent down there. You can pick up a t-shirt there and also get a pit pass. Get a chance. Get in there and check out. A lot of these boats are absolutely gorgeous.
is telling me that I should get some sleep, because tomorrow might be good for something. Hold on, feeling like I'm headed for a breakdown, and I don't know why. But I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unaware. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care, but soon enough you're gonna think of me and how I used to be. Talking to myself in public, dodging glances like a tree. I know they've all been talking about me. I can hear them whisper, and it makes me think there must be something wrong with me. Out of all the hours thinking, somehow I've lost my mind. But I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unaware. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while, maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care, but soon enough you're gonna think of me and how I used to be. I've been talking in my sleep. Well, soon they'll come to get me. Yeah, they're taking me crazy. I'm just a little unaware. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care, but soon enough you're gonna think of me and how I used to be. And how I used to be. How I used to be. But I'm just a little how I used to be. How I used to be. Slow down, sister, 'cause I just can't love you, but I just can't get you off my mind. Come on! I ain't your fool. I'm not falling. I'm not falling in love with you. I play by my rules, and believe me, you don't want me too close to you. And even though you look so fine, I've been on this one too many times. Slow down, sister, 'cause I just can't get you off my reasons for what I do. just turning on. She's a heart full of red lips like a flame. She's a girl from your favorite song. What a beautiful mess. One part angel, one part perfect, one part trick. I'm gonna wish I had a storm. I'm gonna wish I had a sign. I'm gonna wish I had a little heads up, little leeway, a little more time. Somehow we are sister, locked in love. I got a feel of a time tonight, right in the morning. I'm gonna wish I had a storm morning. I'm gonna wish I had a storm morning. I'm gonna wish I had a sign. I'm gonna wish I had a little heads up, a little leeway, a little more time. check out. Lying next to me. I figured heaven's where I must be. Oh, but it was you. Baby, what else could I do? In that bed, I said a little prayer for one more day. I'm still here, it's your world, but I'm just spinning. Ain't no other way to spin it. Lucky me, just being there when I get to hold you. Yeah, I'm just here to love you, girl. It's your world, and I'm just passing through. Try to slow this down. I want my life to revolve around everything. Everything seems to go so fast. It's never like one big party pass. You weren't counting on. One day you're gone. Baby, all I wanna do is lay right here. Hope it all don't disappear. It's your world, and I'm just in it. Ain't no other way to spin it. Lucky me, just being there when I get to hold you. It's your world, and I'm just in it. Ain't no
Testing. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the weather guessers are telling us that the wind, this is the worst of it. It should start laying down, so we'll be looking to complete the program as soon as the conditions improve a little bit. And for our football fans, good news for the local team. Right now, in the first quarter, the Bills are up 7-0 over the Browns. The Bears are up 3-0 over the Rams. Bengals and Redskins are tied. Buccaneers 6-0 over the Cowboys. And Lions 3-0 over the Titans. So if we get some more scores and some baseball scores and such, we'll try and keep you updated on this. And we're hoping to get going again, probably going to try in about 15 minutes. Again, the weather forecast said this is the worst of the wind for the day, and then it should be laying down some, and we're hoping they're right. Thank you for your patience.
I'm just here to love you, girl. It's your world, and I'm just passing through. Cottonwood falling like snow in July. Sunset, riverside, four-wheel drives in a tail light. Circle, roll down the windows, turn it on up. Pour a little crown in a Dixie cup. Get the party started. Girl, you make my speakers go boom, boom. Dancing on the tailgate and the full moon. That kind of thing makes a man go looking so good in what's left of those blue jeans. Trip of honey on the money maker, gotta be the best buzz I'm ever gonna find. Hey, I'm a little drunk on you and high on summertime. If you ain't a 10, you're a 9.9. Tipping in and spilling that homemade wine on your tied-up t-shirt. Every little kiss is driving me wild. Throwing little cherry bombs into my fire. Good God almighty. Girl, you make my speakers go boom, boom. Dancing on the tailgate in the full moon. That kind of thing makes a man go boom. You're looking so good and what's left of those blue jeans. Trip of honey on the money maker, gotta be the best buzz I'm ever gonna find. Let's step on out where it's a little bit darker, and when it gets a little bit hotter, we'll take it off on out in the water. Girl, you make my speakers go boom, boom. Dancing on the tailgate in the full moon. That kind of thing makes a man go boom. You're looking so good in what's left of those blue jeans. Drip of honey on the money maker, gotta be the best buzz I'm ever gonna find. Hey, I'm a little drunk on you and high on summertime. step off the bus, shake off the way you can. Just grab your guitar, walk down the street, sound just Nashville tunes. But I have found it's a crazy town full of neon dreams. Everybody plays, everybody sings. Hollywood with a touch and twang. Be a star, you gotta bang, bang, bang. Ain't no strings till a hand comes out. Make all the drunk girls scream and shout. Love it, hate it, we're all just trying to make it in this crazy town. Make all the drunk girls scream and shout. Love it, hate it, we're all just trying to make it in this crazy town. One year they repossess your trust, and the next you make a couple $1,000,000. It's a crazy town full of neon dreams. Everybody plays, everybody sings. Hollywood with a touch of twang. To be a star, you gotta bend those strings till the hang comes out. Make all the drunk girls scream and shout. Love it, hate it, we're all just trying to make it. Love it, hate it, we all came here to make it in this crazy town. Crazy town. Footsteps on the front porch. I hear my doorbell. That's right. Here comes
race fans. We started out being on hold here just to give all of our rescue personnel and volunteers on the race course a time to get something to eat and settle down and get warmed up, but I At that point, the wind started blowing real hard, so right now we're on a wind hold. Good news is the weather forecast says that it might lay down real good for us in about 20 minutes or so. Still got a little bit of time to get up there and check out our vendors. Just had some unbelievable, authentic Costa Rican food from the El Moro. Get a chance, get up there. Far right of the spectator viewing area in the back by the fence. Can't talk enough about how good that Costa Rican food is, man. You got to get back there and check that out. So go to the El Moro, pick up some of that delicious Costa Rican food. While you're back there, turn left, head over to the pit entrance. $10 will get you into the pits. If you bought one yesterday, your pass from yesterday will get you in there for free today. You really got to check out some of this hardware in here. These guys spend a lot of time and money on this equipment. And some of it, if you're a gearhead, you got to get in there and check out. Make your way over to those K Racing runabouts and look at how intricate those fuel injection and blower systems are. Real interesting to see how the foot pedal on the left side controls the trim plate in the back. So if you get a chance, either buy a pit pass or if you have one from yesterday, take a walk into the pits. As you're headed that way, please support our vendors because we really appreciate them coming out here, helping support this event. So we need to support our vendors. Again, we're on a wind hold here, so we should go racing as soon as it lays down. And again, the weather report is saying that it should lay down around 2 o'clock. You may look out there and say it's not that rough, and it really isn't that bad right and directly in front of us, but entering into turn 2 off to our left, we're being told is real lumpy. We got some boats here that are making speeds that can really hurt you, so we're very safety conscious, and we're not going to send our racing family out on the race course to risk their lives until this wind lays down just a little bit. A lot of help from our sponsors. We want to take the time to thank Ellen Memorial Healthcare Center. Ellen Memorial Healthcare Center is in Honesdale, PA. A bit of a drive from here, but couldn't have done it. They're our main sponsor. We want to thank that organization. I want to thank Zotos International. They're from right here in Geneva, New York. Beauty industry leaders. They manufacture shampoos, conditioners, and hair care products. You see their windmills if you look off to the left up on the top of the trees. They're also interested in green energy, so we like Zotos International. We want to thank Reali Fence Incorporated from Geneva, right down the road. Provided all the security fencing for us to make sure that all this equipment is secure at nighttime. Keep people from getting into the danger areas without the proper supervision. So we want to thank Reali Fence for providing the fence for us. I want to thank Elder Lee Incorporated out of Oaks Corner, New York. Steel fabrication, hot dip galvanizing services. Anything you need made out of metal, big or small, give Elder Lee Incorporated a call. Hotel Exchange, right across the street from the Hampton Inn, right here in Geneva. Put on a little welcome party for us on Friday night. It was really good. The food was good. The drinks were reasonably priced and icy cold. Real friendly, quick service. So on your way out of town, if you're not from here, hungry, thirsty, stop at the Hotel Exchange. I want to thank Casella Recycling out of Geneva also. They provided all the dumpsters and trash bins and recycling totes, which reminds me to please, if you would make sure that at the end of the day, when you're headed out of here, just look around. If you see anything that may have fallen off of your chair or off one of your tables, pick it up and throw it into one of the Casella recycling bins. And we want to thank them for providing that for us. Real important for us to leave this place cleaner than when we got here. Say that at every racing venue because we want to be invited back, especially here, this beautiful Seneca Lake for the 3rd annual Hydro Bowl on Seneca Lake. I want to thank Supergen Products out of Newark, not far down the road. You got issues with your generator or you're looking to purchase a new generator? Give Supergen Products a call down in Newark. Lions National Bank, right here in Geneva. Thank the Seneca Meadows Landfill. Seneca Meadows Landfill donated the light equipment to help keep our equipment secure through the evening, through the night. Also a big help to the teams that tear up their motor on Saturday. They work all night trying to get it ready for Sunday. So very important to have that lighting. Thank you, Seneca Meadows Landfill. I want to thank also the Smith Center for the Arts, historic Smith Opera House, right up the street here in Geneva. I want to thank them for showing our favorite movie on Thursday night, Madison. It's about inboard unlimited hydroplane racing. If you've never seen Madison and you're a boat racing fan, seek it out. It's really nice. Nice movie to watch. The Smith Center for the Arts and Historic Opera House. The only silver screen left in the eastern United States. We want to thank them for helping us out. If you're online, check out HydroBowl.com. It's the website for this event. It's one of the most complete websites you'll ever see, about hydroplane racing. It's a good website, HydroBowl.com. Also, inboardhydroplanes.com. A lot of information on the internet about hydroplane flat bottom racing. You can just go online and Google hydroplane and a bunch of websites will come up. I want to thank hydroplanequebec.com for running a live stream this weekend. Anybody in the world can be watching this event. There's many hot spots on this globe where people are very interested in inboard hydroplane racing. All over North America. New Zealand and Australia are very interested in inboard hydroplane racing. And there's quite a bit of interest in Italy and other parts of Europe also. So if you can hear me, anybody around the world, thanks for watching on Hydroplane Quebec live stream. Again, we're on a little bit of a hold here. As you can see the white caps. And it might be laying down real soon here. They're telling us around 2 o'clock. It's 10 of now. As soon as we get the go-ahead, we'll have rescue back out on the race course, and we'll get the crane operators to start lifting boats off of the trailers and putting them in the water. While I mention that, I want to thank the crane operators and crane company for doing a good job putting these boats in and out of the water, keeping the program running. These boats are pretty much exclusively run on over-the-road trailers. We do thousands and thousands of miles every year. Well, 2 o'clock. They're saying it's going to drop off to 14 miles an hour out of the west. I'd say it's already started. Starting to settle down. Won't be long now, we'll be putting the race boats back in the water. You see that pleasure boat running across the race course right now. That's one of our volunteer towboats. We want to thank all of the volunteers, from the towboat operators to the rescue personnel to the people that are working the gate. It can be a thankless job, so I'm here to tell you, thank you very much. Buffalo Bills up 14-0. don't see anything on here about my Eagles. Not sure. I try to follow football, but the only problem with that is there's no motor involved. You get a chance, find yourself a copy of the Finger Lakes Times, running quite a expose on inboard powerboat racing.
The wind is really dying.
This,
this area here you're looking at is the area where the Whitecaps were the worst.
Get a chance, pick up the Finger Lakes Times.
Break started, and right now it's not so bad.
Really appreciate the Finger Lakes Times for giving us some press here. We work hard to put on a good show. We really struggled on Friday and Saturday, and again, I want to apologize for our troubles Saturday getting the course set up, but a learning curve on the bottom of this lake is real hard to get the anchoring for the buoys to stay in place. And we lost Friday entirely to really high winds and rain. So I want to thank everybody that stuck by us yesterday. We had a late afternoon late afternoon action, but we didn't get in all the heats. So the first half of this morning we ran yesterday's heats, and we're almost done with that, and then we'll switch over to Sunday's event. And I'm looking back at this Finger Lakes Times. A real nice picture on the front page of our Don Burschnick. Came to this event last year as a spectator. Said, man, this looks like fun. I think I want to give this a try. Showed up this weekend with a National Mod race boat. Put on a decent show yesterday. Can't wait to see the National Mods back out here again. We wish Don Burschnick